are you doing here?
I'm doing the paper mosaic. It's an ancient form. Mosaic is ancient art form, but I'm doing the cheap man's version with paper.
How long have you been doing this for?
I did the first one in high school. It was an art project. The art teacher had us do self-portraits, and I enjoyed it so much that I remembered that all these years, and then decided to try one on a whim.
What would you tell someone who is interested in getting into this?
I would recommend it. It's inexpensive, it's a lot of fun, it's real creative, and it's a good project for a bunch of people. You can do a group project, kind of like putting a big puzzle together. Anybody who walks in the room can help you. It's fun for that reason. One of the reasons why I think it's a lot of fun. And
is this your first demonstration?
I did it 2 years ago.
2 years?
So this is the second year I've done this. A couple of years ago.
Do you have fun demonstrating?
It is. It's fun. It's fun to try to get the kids enthusiastic. We've had a lot of kids come through here, and it's a great art form for them because it doesn't require going out and buying all kinds of things. You can use what's around your house. And so for that reason, I think it's particularly good for kids.
And what are you doing here?
I'm doing an acrylic painting, a portrait of a student that was in for the demonstration earlier this morning. I took the photograph as she was sitting in that chair and thought I would demonstrate how to do a portrait in acrylic paint. And
wow.
First, I masked in the darks and then put in the light, and now I'm going back. I drew and then redrew the eyes. I'm working on a toned canvas. That saves me, it unifies the painting, and it also makes it easier and faster to paint because my background is already there.
How long have you been doing this for?
I've been painting since I was 14. I'm now 68. And I've been using acrylic for the last 5 years. And acrylic is a little bit harder to use for me than oil paint because it dries so fast. And you can't blend. It dries so fast. You know, if you work really fast, you can blend it, but usually not in this dry Texas climate.
Is this your first demonstration?
Well, no, I've been demonstrating. I was an art teacher for many years, so I've given quite a lot of demonstrations. I probably couldn't count the demonstrations I've done.
And to always draw from life, because if you start with learning to draw from photographs, you just get two-dimensional lights and darks. And you don't, when you do, it's very frustrating when you try to go to do three-dimensional work.
Exactly,
So
yes.
I always learn to draw from life at a very young age. We used to, you know, in college they used to teach life drawing. I had 2 semesters of life drawing. Every class that we had, there was a model. Mm-hmm. And for 2 semesters. And if you don't really learn to draw from life, it's difficult to really.
I can see that, yeah.
And it's also so much more fun if it's just fruit or a rock or a stick or whatever. Mm-hmm. And this.
And is this on sandpaper as well?
Yes, that is sandpaper. That's a really.
I do love that. I loved what you said about putting the pink and it made it glow, and it does.
So on your landscapes, it's good to tone it with orange or pinkish orange. Uh-huh. Especially something that has a lot of green in it.
Right.
Now this, I'm glad I went with the pink more than I did the orange. If it's just mostly foliage, that orange would have looked really, orangey red would
Right.
look coming through. Pastel.
Are those the ones like Martha just got?
Probably
the
similar.
Pure.
Yeah, now, they're all pure.
Yeah, but
Fresh and-
some have binder in it.
This has a little binder in
Okay.
it. Because when I pick it up, and these are carcinogenic because
course,
of the
yeah.
pure color pigment. And see, it comes off. You should wear gloves and a mask when working with these. These have more binder. And these are the basic that you should start with because you can lay in, you can draw with the point, and when you're drawing you should always stand at arm's length and not do a rendering. You can do detail with these and then you can come in and you can layer over it even if it is paper. Just as long as you have a light touch. If you start doing this, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And any of them you need to start blocking in rather loosely. But then don't be too timid. Go in there and get those. I'm mostly too timid. I don't get my darks soon enough. I gradually work up.